Hey, Teddy K here for Best Buy Plugin, and in this video review we take a look at the Fitbit Charge 3, Fitbit's latest activity tracker that sports a slightly different look and adds a few extra features to make it a worthwhile upgrade. So Fitbit's back with another activity tracker, the Charge 3, and this is very much a fitness band, even though it teeters a little bit towards the smartwatch category too. It's not quite there, but it kind of does a little bit of that. So the main thing here is that you have a larger screen, so you have a 30% larger display, so that means there's more to see, a little bit more in terms of the menu options that you get, and a little more information just generally speaking. And on top of that, you also get waterproofing. So if you're a swimmer and you're waiting for a Fitbit, like a fitness band that you can take into the water, with a little bit of size to it and some ruggedness to it, the Charge 3 may just be it. Is there anything radically different or new here? Not necessarily. I mean, I think this is really just a collection of a number of the features that Fitbit has come out with on different devices, and they've kind of just tried to put them together here. Now, again, I do want to reiterate that this is very much a fitness band. So if you're looking for something to help track what you're doing, especially with automatic tracking, so if you're going for a run, you're going for a walk, you're going for a swim, and you want it to track that activity without you necessarily having to do it manually, the Charge 3 can do that. It's supposed to be doing that. And by default, you get 6 exercises that you can do that with, but if you go through the app, you can actually adjust how that list is. So you can, again, it has to be 6. So if you're gonna add something, you have to remove something. You can change the order if you want to as well. So if you tend to be the type of person who wants to manually actually start and stop everything, you can totally do that. But if you do want to rely on some of the automatic tracking, you can as well. Especially if it's one of those cases where you forget or you don't realize that, you just didn't manually track it to begin with. I mentioned the smartwatch thing earlier, and the reason for that is mainly because of the notifications. So if you get a call or a text or a calendar entry, that will show up on the Charge 3's display. And it's limited. I mean, you're seeing what it is, but you can't really act on it without your phone. So, for example, if you get an incoming text message, you can read it, but you can't actually respond to it in any way, nor can you even pick up the phone really when you get an incoming call. So that's where you're gonna need your phone, but you're gonna need your phone for other reasons too. I mean, if you wanna listen to music while you're active, you're not gonna be able to do anything with this anyway, so you're gonna need to bring your phone for that most likely as well. And if you wanna track a route or you wanna track distance, because there's no GPS in the Charge 3, you'll need to bring your phone for that also. So even though it is very much a standalone product, to get even more or to glean even more information out of it, you'll have to actually bring your phone with you. A quick note about battery life. So Fitbit rated this at 7 days, which I was a bit skeptical of, to be honest. When I first heard that, I thought, okay, I don't know, I think it's more like 5. But I gotta say, they're right. Actually, it does last for 7 days. Now, caveat. It lasts for 7 days on mixed usage. So if it's a combination of you tracking some exercise and then just mainly passive tracking, yes, you're gonna last 7 days. Now, if you're really hardcore and you're hitting the gym like every day and you're basically tracking everything you're doing, from walking to running to whatever it is that you're doing that's active, and you're actually tracking all of it, yeah, you're probably not going to hit 7 days in that case, but you're certainly not going to go below 5 either. So battery life is actually quite good for a fitness band, just by any wearable standard really, when it comes to a rechargeable battery. The heart rate monitor is the same, so the heart rate monitor is going to do the same thing as it did before. Again, the results, you could argue, might be somewhat inaccurate depending on what you're doing. I always look at the app as being a better barometer for that, because you can actually see kind of the progression of everything. And the app is still great in terms of customization and getting a better or bigger picture of what you're doing. I do want to make a quick note also about the fact that you can change the bands. So the bands, of course, like any Fitbit product, you can get other bands. There are 2 that come in the box with the device, which is a large and a small. So this means basically that you don't have to buy a whole separate unit if you have a smaller wrist, or if you're passing this on to someone who has a smaller wrist or a bigger wrist, what have you. But between the silicone bands and the leather ones, the fabric ones, there is a lot of, fashion-wise, there are some options here so that you don't necessarily have to look at this product as something you only would wear when you're active. You actually could wear it, when you're out and about, and make it as something more of an accessory that fits in just about any situation. Now, the logical question here is,
should you buy this? Should you upgrade to it? So if you have a Charge 2 and you want the extra ruggedness, you want the bigger screen, the extra ruggedness, especially the waterproofing, yeah, absolutely. I think you should upgrade. It does a lot of what the Charge 2 and then some. So it's something that I think would make sense. Now, if you're looking for more smart watch-like features where you want to run some apps, you just want to do more with the device, I would recommend the Fitbit Versa or the Fitbit Ionic. The Ionic has actually GPS built in. Those would be the better options if you want to go further. But if you just want a fitness band that just does the basics well and can last and has some ruggedness to it, the Charge 3 is a good way to go. And that's my review of the Fitbit Charge 3 for Best Buy plugin. I'm Teddy K. Thanks for watching.